Imagine a world where time itself breaks. Not in a flashy, time travel sort of way, but silently, second by second. 1 minute, you're sipping your morning coffee. The next, stock markets are in free fall. GPS satellites are lost in orbit, and power grids flicker and die. This isn't science fiction. It's the very real threat posed by a tiny, almost invisible hiccup in our global timekeeping. The leap second. What is this phantom second, and why does it hold the power to bring our hyper-connected world to its knees? To understand, we need to look up at the sky and feel the ground beneath our feet. Our entire civilization runs on a time standard called Coordinated Universal Time, or UTC. It's the invisible hand that synchronizes everything. From your smartphone to international banking, UTC is governed by an army of atomic clocks, incredibly precise instruments that lose less than a second over millions of years. They are the gold standard of time, relentless and unwavering. But here's the twist. The clock we all live by, the original OG timekeeper, is planet Earth itself. One full rotation is a day, right? Well, not exactly. The Earth's spin is not as constant as our atomic clocks. It's slowing down. Very, very gradually. The main culprit? The moon, the same gravitational pull that creates our ocean tides, also acts as a gentle brake on our planet's rotation. This phenomenon is called tidal friction. As the moon pulls on the oceans, the water bulges, and the friction between the ocean and the seafloor ever so slightly slows the Earth down. It's a cosmic tug-of-war that we've been losing for billions of years. So, we have two different times: super stable, man-made atomic time, and the slightly wobbly natural astronomical time based on Earth's rotation. For a while, they run side by side, but eventually they drift apart. The Earth's day gets a tiny fraction of a second longer, year after year. To prevent our calendars from eventually having noon in the middle of the night, we need to sync them up. And that's where the leap second comes in. It's an extra second, a patch added to our official clocks to let the wobbly Earth catch up. Think of it like this. You have two watches. One is a perfect digital watch, and the other is a slightly slow mechanical one. Every so often, you have to pause the digital watch for 1 second to let the mechanical one catch up. That's what we do with global time. Since 1972, scientists at the International Earth Rotation and Reference Systems Service have been the world's official timekeepers. When the difference between atomic time and Earth's rotational time approaches 0.9 seconds, they declare a leap second. This usually happens on June 30th or December 31st. At 23 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds, instead of ticking over to the new hour, the clock reads D, Y, and then proceeds as normal. For most of us, an extra second is a blink of an eye. You wouldn't even notice it. But for the computer systems that run our world, it's a code red emergency. Computers are built on logic and predictability. They expect a minute to have 60 seconds, period. When a 61st second suddenly appears, systems that weren't programmed to handle it can crash, and they have. Major websites and online services have experienced outages during past leap second events. For stock exchanges where milliseconds mean millions, or for aviation systems that rely on perfect timing for navigation and safety, an unscheduled second can be catastrophic. Imagine a system checking its own clock, finding a second that shouldn't exist, and concluding that something is terribly wrong, forcing a shutdown. This has created a massive debate in the tech and scientific communities. Companies like Google and Amazon have developed clever workarounds. Instead of adding a whole second at once, they use a technique called a leap smear. Over a period of several hours leading up to the leap second, they add tiny fractions of a second to their system clocks. By the time the official leap second occurs, their clocks have already been adjusted smoothly, avoiding the sudden jump that causes computers to panic. It's a brilliant but complicated fix, and not everyone uses it. The internet is a patchwork of different systems, and if they're not all on the same page, chaos can ensue. The problem is getting worse. For decades, the Earth was consistently slowing down. But recently, something strange has happened. The rate of slowing has slowed down. Scientists are still debating why. It could be linked to the melting of polar ice caps, changing the planet's mass distribution, or even movements in the Earth's molten core. It's a complex planetary dance we are only just beginning to understand. This unpredictability makes scheduling leap seconds even more difficult. In fact, the trend has shifted so much that for the first time in history, scientists are contemplating the need for a negative leap second. That's right. We might have to delete a second from our clocks to keep up with a temporarily speeding up Earth. Imagine the potential for bugs and crashes if systems are told to skip from second 58 directly to second 00. It's a programmer's nightmare. Because of all this complexity and risk, the world is moving towards a radical solution, abolishing the leap second altogether. At a major global conference, the world's metrologist, the scientists of measurement, voted to stop adding leap seconds by the year 2035. What does that mean? It means we are choosing to let our civil time, the time on our clocks, slowly drift away from the time of the sun. The connection between UTC and the Earth's rotation will be broken. For a long time, the change will be unnoticeable. It would take centuries for the difference to grow to an hour. Future generations might find that the sun is highest in the sky, not at noon, but at 1 p.m. It's a profound shift in our relationship with time itself. For millennia, our lives were governed by the sun and stars. We are now choosing to decouple ourselves from that cosmic rhythm in favor of the stability and safety of our own digital creations. It's a fascinating trade-off. We're choosing the perfection of the atom over the beautiful, messy reality of our own spinning planet. The story of the leap second is a reminder that even something as fundamental as time is a human construct, a system we've built and now must constantly maintain. It reveals the invisible infrastructure that holds our modern world together and the cosmic forces that threaten to pull it apart. The next time you check the clock, remember the silent battle being fought second by second to keep our world running on time. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey through time fascinating, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the science that shapes our world. See you next time.